Collectors assemble! I've just ticked off one of my 2025 collecting goals with this Silver Age comic book Grail from the Avengers run. Hi everyone and welcome to Still Only 35 Cents. For this one I've got a special Grail unveil from Marvel's Silver Age Avengers run. But can you guess which one? But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell for future videos just like this one. The Avengers made their debut in Avengers issue 1 back in September 1963. Labelled Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the original Avengers lineup consisted of Iron Man, Ant-Man, Hulk, Thor, and the Wasp. It wasn't until issue 4 that Captain America joined the team as well. The Sentinel of Liberty, Captain America, had first appeared in Captain America Comics issue 1, published on December 20th, 1940 by Timely Comics, the company that would later become Marvel Comics. Despite the initial success, the Captain America title floundered following the war as the popularity of superhero titles declined, and sadly ceased publication in 1954. It wasn't until 1963 that Captain America made his return in Marvel Comics' Strange Tales issue 114, published in November of that year. In this 18-page story by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Captain America re-emerged following years of apparent retirement. However, all was not as it seemed, and he was revealed to be an imposter who was defeated by the Human Torch of the Fantastic Four. Bizarrely, the story was used by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby to gauge interest in a potential return for Captain America proper, and a caption in the final panel indicated as such. The reader's response to the story was enthusiastic. So much so that Captain America was formally reintroduced in Avengers issue 4 in March 1964. Where he was retroactively established that he'd fallen into the Atlantic Ocean in the final days of World War II and spent decades frozen in ice before being found and recovered by the Avengers. Captain America would go on to lead the team and then have solo stories published in Tales of Suspense alongside fellow Avenger Iron Man, beginning in November 1964. He also appeared in Lee and Kirby's Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos in December of the same year. So, have you guessed the book yet? Let's take a look and see if you're right. So here it is, folks. Avengers number 4 from March 1964. As you can see here, it's the UK price variant, and one of my collecting goals is to get as many of these Silver Age keys in the UK price variants as possible. Fabulous cover by Jack Kirby here with the sensational return of Captain America. You'll notice the 9D price point signifying that UK price variant, as well as the missing date, because they couldn't guarantee when the books would arrive in the UK from the US. Remember, these were printed at exactly the same time as the US counterparts and are essentially changes in the printing plate. There is some argument that these were actually printed first, as they had to be on-shipped to the UK, and the colour strike on this book certainly does support that theory. The other distinction from the UK price variants is this sole distributors in the UK by Thorpe and Porter Limited. You won't find that on the US versions. But outside of that, those are the only differences on the UK price variants, as you can see from the pages here. This great first splash page by Jack Kirby illustrates Captain America joining the Avengers and the original lineup minus the Hulk. Of note, this was once sold for £28, as you can see marked in pencil here. Following on from the previous issue, Avengers 3, and his escape from the Avengers, Namor, fueled by anger, continues his search for his missing people. His quest leads him to the North Sea, where he encounters an Eskimo tribe worshipping a figure encased in ice. Consumed by his rage against humanity, Namor scatters the crowd, hurling the ice block into the sea. Adrift in the water, the ice gradually begins to thaw, revealing the figure inside. The Avengers, patrolling the area in their submarine, spot the figure in the water, and Giant Man brings him aboard, only to discover he is wearing Captain America's World War II uniform. The mysterious figure awakens in panic, screaming out and warning to Bucky, briefly attacking the Avengers before calming down and revealing his identity. Skeptical at first, the Avengers are convinced he is really Captain America after he demonstrates his abilities in battle. Captain America shares his last memories, that of speeding towards an experimental plane on a motorcycle with Bucky. He explains that the plane, sabotaged by Nazi agent Baron Zemo, had exploded with Bucky on board as he slipped and fell into the icy waters below. The Avengers soon arrive in New York City and are greeted by a host of reporters eager to interview them about their battle with the Submariner and the Hulk. Out of nowhere, a camera flashes and suddenly the team is turned into stone. The journalists, assuming it's a publicity stunt, disperse. Meanwhile, Captain America awakens aboard the ship and disembarks, noting the statues but believing them to be tributes to the Avengers. Similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he finds the modern world strange and unfamiliar, and makes his way to a hotel. While resting in his room, Captain America is awakened by what he thinks is a vision of Bucky. Instead, it's Rick Jones. One of the things I love about these old Marvel comics was these fantastic house ads. Here's a great one of Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, issue 6. From March 1964. Rick and Captain America team up to investigate the Avengers' disappearance and track down the mysterious photographer, whom Cap quickly subdues. The photographer is unmasked, revealed as a Dabari alien, and shares that he was promised help from the Submariner in exchange for petrifying the Avengers. Cap similarly offers to help in return for reversing the petrification, and the Dabari complies, freeing the Avengers. The Submariner watches on from his palace, fuming, determined to find a new way to defeat the Avengers. He is met by a stroke of luck as a troop of his Atlantean elite guard are passing nearby. Seizing the opportunity, Namor rallies them to his cause. After restoring the Avengers, the Dabari guide them to the location of their submerged ship. Giant Man and Iron Man attach a camera to the ship's hull, and Thor uses his hammer to generate magnetic waves that free the ship. The Dabari then dive down to repair the ship. Suddenly, Namor and his elite guard attack Giant Man and Captain America, forcing them into the water. And Namor overpowers Iron Man before Wasp distracts Namor, allowing Iron Man to recover. Once again, we've got one of those great house ads with Spider-Man issue 10 with the first appearance of the Enforcers. Meanwhile, Thor easily defeats Namor's elite guard, who plead for help. Thor deflects the Atlanteans' weapons back at them, scattering the troops before Namor engages in battle with Thor. Giant Man, trapped underwater in a massive net, escapes by taking a shrinking capsule and surfaces near Iron Man. Together, they defeat the remaining Atlantean elite guard. Namor, unsuccessful in taking Thor's hammer, then faces off against Giant Man and Iron Man as well. Meanwhile, Captain America observes the battle assessing the Avengers' capabilities. The fighting stops when the Atlanteans capture Rick Jones as a hostage, but Cap leaps in to free Rick and the battle resumes. Out of nowhere, the island is struck by an earthquake, causing chaos and separating both sides, making the Submariner believe that the Avengers had been consumed by it and departing. However, the tremors were actually caused by the Debari spacecraft launching, and the Avengers look on as it takes to the sky. To close, the Avengers officially offer Captain America a position on the team, which he gladly accepts. Meanwhile, Rick is conflicted between his loyalty to the Avengers and his friendship with Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed this inside look at Avengers issue 4 and the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this book and your other favourite Silver Age Avengers comics. We've just launched channel memberships here on Still Only 35 Cents. For just $2.99 US a month, you can join the other price variant members to gain access to exclusive member-only videos and live shows. All the proceeds raised from memberships will be going to the Hero Initiative. And with that, thanks as always for watching, take care of yourselves, and look forward to seeing you all very soon. Don't forget to check out other great videos, as well as follow us on Instagram, Facebook and X. We also host a weekly live stream, the Merry Monday Mailcall Show, every Monday morning at 7:30 AM Australian Eastern Time. Enough said. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button.